Welcome back to Greg Mitchell Field as we're about ready for the second contest tonight as the Vikings take on the Wildcats of Baker. And you talk about a contrast in uniforms. Baker in almost a fluorescent orange and the Vikings in a really, if you will, a bright purple. So kind of a colorful field tonight as the goalie for the Wildcats, Matt Bickley, is in green, and Josh Wells wearing black with a fluorescent green jersey. So we've got some color on the field tonight as we get ready for game two tonight. The Vikings come in, they have scored 41 goals on the year and 37 assists. They've only given up 15 goals and 14 assists. So the Vikings do have some firepower. As far as the Wildcats are concerned, the Wildcats come in. They also have pretty decent firepower as they have on the year scored 27 goals and 14 assists and only given up 16 goals and 7 assists. So we'll see what's going to happen tonight. These two teams get together. It's always quite interesting. They have a lot of respect for each other. It'll be very competitive, and it will be a physical match. There's no question about it. These are good coaches. Vladimir Simic and Nate Hauser. Nate already has a win tonight. Wildcats are 9-5-2. Vikings are 10-2-3. 2-1-2 in the league. Wildcats are 3-1-1. So the Vikings need to win, and then they'll wrap up the season at Culver. Culver's 1-4, but Benedictine 4-0-1. Mid-American Nazarene 3-1-1. Graceland is at Benedictine tonight. Graceland tied with a half game up on Valley. And then Culver will be at CMU and Avila at Mid-American Nazarene tomorrow. So Vikings need to win because they are not in a position to host a home game. If they would lose tonight to Baker, they they wouldn't for sure be out, but it would be very tough for them to get back into the they would not be able to catch Baker, and then depending on what Graceland did tonight, but Graceland 3-1-1. So it'd be tough for Valley if they lose tonight to get a home berth. So here we go. Baker women scored in the first 2 minutes and won their match 1-0. Vikings in purple and the Wildcats in the bright orange. And this match is underway. Vikings will have it and then quickly go to their right side for Diaz. Again, as I mentioned, these two teams respect each other. When they play, it always seems to be a pretty physical contest.
Yeah, and it seems like there's a lot of physical contests when these Vikings team plays anybody.
Yeah, this Heart of America is good soccer conference, and it's pretty physical play out there. Baker now trying to control it. Well, the Vikings get it back, and they'll send it back to Josh Wells. Josh in goal again tonight. And Matt Bickley from Overland Park has started every game for the Wildcats this season. They're 9-5-2, 3-1-1 in the league.
So the Vikings are working towards the south end, so they get the win at their back in this first half.
Alberto Gomez. Where's number 11 out there? Raul Bonet. I'll give you these players from both squads as we go along. Spencer Adkin, midfielder from Olathe. As we're just underway, no score. Baker bringing it up the right side. Valley will be able to control it there and send it all the way back to Wells. And Josh will take care of it. And give it to Bruno Campos. Campos, Munar on that back line. Munar now with it. Sends it to the middle of the field. And handled there by Jimenez. Just underway. Jimenez trips, goes down on the turf. And Baker trying to take it away, and they will. So the Wildcats send it up the right side, but the Vikings able to knock it out. That for the Wildcats was number 22, Robert Hoven. He's also out of Olathe. Play on the far side of the field. Vikings trying to control it there with Munar, but it goes out. And it'll be a throw in for the Wildcats. A deep throw in. Vikings will take it away. Bonet sends it to midfield. Was taken away by the Wildcats. Now to Alexander. Alexander races into the corner. He can't come up with it. They send it toward Wells. Baker's got it, or rather, Baker has a shot, and Wells able to make a save. That one stayed low, but the Wildcats had a shot early. Robert Hoven. Well, that would have been a carbon copy of the women's game had that one gone in.
Not as quick, but almost would have been. It would have been tough for the Vikings to come back with that one.
Well, here come the Vikings. But coming out of goal is Bickley. We're just underway in the men's contest on a windy, cold night in Marshall. That wind just has not let up much at all.
It seems like the Wildcats try to get out fast, get an early lead, and they'll just sit back and play defense. And
well, because the Vikings have that wind advantage in the first half tonight, it did not help the women. They couldn't come up with a goal. Looks like early on, the more aggressive team, the Wildcats. Richard Klein, Canadian, with a header on the far side. Wildcats trying to control it on that far side. Here they come, bringing it back to the middle again. Vikings knock it away. Then they'll send it in. Alexander racing it down to the right side. Is he onside? Yep. And he'll send it out in front, but it goes right to Bickley. Good hustle by Alexander. Like to see him get going offensively tonight.
Because he's been shut down the past few games. I think it's gotten around the hack and all of the colleague in soccer to come out and shut Alexander down.
So Bickley will send it in for the Wildcats. We're just underway, no score. Vikings headed back. Baker trying to keep it in play at midfield. And they do. And that is Cameron Zimmerman. Now here comes Valley. And going to be...
But Gomez was offside there.
Gomez was offside.
Jimenez did a nice job fighting through some Baker defense, but just put Gomez offsides.
Also out there for Baker, Julian Sensano. The Wildcats give it off to Atkin. Now the Vikings go to work midfield, but Baker able to control it there. Good job. Good hustle by the Wildcats at midfield to control that. And that was Sensano. But now the Vikings come back. Bring it up there left side. And they battle for possession. In the Viking end. Bring it up to their right side on the attack. Sending it deep. And it's headed out by the Wildcats. Now the ball's off of one of the Wildcats. They bring it up their right side. Back to the middle of the field. Vikings go to work defensively. Good footwork by Baker to keep it alive on the far side. Now they'll bring it back to the middle. Send it to their right side. Headed out by one of the Vikings. And Valley trying to get up the right side, left side, taken away by the Wildcats. Long pass up to the right side. They tried to get that one to Alexander. Knocked away. Now Alexander gets it back with the left foot. Alexander gets around the defender, tries to get back to the middle, and he's going to be whistled for a foul. 38 minutes to go in the first half. The Baker Wildcats making the trip from Baldwin City, Kansas. And they'll send this one into the Viking end. Battle for possession. And the Wildcats had it. Now the Vikings go to take it back in that far corner. Battling for it for the Vikings, Ferraro. Valley still with possession. Wildcats try to keep it in. And one of the Wildcats hits the turf.
Looks like he might got kicked in the midsection, or
He's down.
now one of the Vikings, it looks like he's going to get a yellow card, or possibly just a warning about
Just a warning.
bringing the foot that high.
The warning went to Hidalgo. And let's see who that Wildcat is. It was laying in a prone position. Now going to get up. Of course, in this game, you know, wear any pads. That was Zimmerman.
Clock is stopped. Just about 37 minutes remaining.
Wind out of the north. So this will be Chris Tuso with the kick. Sends it in. Rebound comes back to Baker. They take another shot about 30 yards out that's blocked. And now Valley tries to take control. Benet trying to get it up the right side for Diaz, and it's out.
The clock still is not running. It's still at the 37:03.
That's what we need tonight. Is the clock not running? I don't think anyone's recognized that yet.
And I'm hearing some fans saying it, so maybe they're...
Clock's still not running. Now they finally go.
About an extra minute played off with that clock.
Now watch somebody score in the last minute. Player for Baker hits the deck. That is Sensano. I believe I'm saying that right. No score.
Looks like the Vikings are actually get a free kick out of this one, though.
Preston Phillips on the side, but the Vikings are going to have it, looks like. And Munar sends it back to the middle of the field, where it's handled by Campos. Valley trying to spread the field, work it up their left side. It's the far corner, away from us, and it goes out. I don't know if the fans were upset that the clock wasn't started because of the game, or they wanted the time to run so they could get out of here. Let's go.
See, there was a lot of the Baker fans because it came from
Yeah,
right
a lot
below us.
of Baker fans are here tonight. Good to see them make the trip. Not a bad trip. Couple hours, Baldwin City.
They grabbed the
Here come
easiest.
the Wildcats. Ooh.
They took the warmest place right down in front of us. We got the whole press box area blocking the wind from all angles.
Tried to set that break, couldn't do it. Now long kick into the Viking end. It's headed there. Battle for position about midfield. And Baker's going to have it. They work their right side. Give it back to the middle. Knocked away by Valley. But Baker keeps it in the zone. Swinging around to the left side. Back to the middle. Now back to the left side as they work a play. And it's knocked away at the last minute by Campos. So it comes to Atkin. Now this one sent high in the air. Baker trying to keep it in. And now Bonet for the Vikings. Nice footwork. Still in his own end. Gives it back to Diaz. Tries to bring it up the left side. It's taken away by the Wildcats. Tuso has it. Sends it in the middle. Nobody there but purple shirts, and Jimenez has it. Head to Benet. Now to Gomez. Back to Benet. Benet working the right side. Leaves it for Alexander. Alexander. Little move with the left foot. Gives it back to Gomez. Gomez in the middle. 1-on-4. He sends it over the net. And hits the crossbar of the football goal post. 34 minutes to go in the half. No score. Our live stream crew doing the job again tonight. This one sent about to midfield. Now Baker battling for possession, but it comes away to Jimenez. Jimenez and Benet fight for the Vikings. Benet hits the deck. And one of the Viking players goes down, and one of the Wildcat players goes down. Told you this is going to be physical. That was, looked like Andy Griffin out of Olathe. Alexander sends it left side. No score. We're in the first half. Big game. Vikings only have one game left in the conference, and that's Saturday in Canton against Culver Stockton. 33 minutes to go, first half, no score. The throw-in coming here from Tuso. No, he defers to Atkin. Tries to get it to Tuso. Vikings take it away. Now Tuso does have it left side. Races into that corner. Looking to center it. Knocked away by one of the Vikings. Good job by Valley keeping it alive in that corner. Off to Alexander. Alexander back to the middle. Let's see, they give it to Gomez. Gomez with a spin move, and he takes a pretty good shot. He goes rolling around. Now Alexander wearing the short sleeves. He's going to tough it out in this cold weather. A lot of the Vikings have the long sleeve purple shirts on. Jimenez battling for position. He goes down to the turf, and Robert Hoven is right there. Now Munar sends it back to Diaz, and he'll send it all the way back to Josh Wells. 31 minutes to go in the first half. And they send it in deep. Trying to get to Alexander. Well, it'd be nice to get a goal here early, wouldn't it, in this one?
Would be, especially with the wind your back, because
Yeah.
Baker's going to get that advantage in the second half.
He sends it all the way down to the Baker end. Trying for the header was Preston Phillips, didn't get it. Now fight for possession at midfield, whistle. Hidalgo was battling Sansano there, and it's going to be Viking kick.
Sansano was given a warning about throwing that ball all the way back to the Vikings defensive line.
It comes to Jimenez. Now the Vikings work to their left side. Send it all the way back across the right. Campos sends it down, and trying to get that one into Munar, or rather into Diaz. Kept in by Munar. Now back to midfield for Valley. Off to Benet. Taken away by Baker. The Vikings, as we play here, the Vikings had men's squad is ranked number 6 this week. That ranking just came out today. The highest ranking for the team in program history, matching a ranking the program reached at the end of 2011 regular season. They've also been ranked in 38 consecutive polls. The women are receiving some votes this week. Baker is also in that top 20. Baker ranked 16th this week. Alexander back to the middle. Now they work it to the right side, trying to get it there to Diaz. And it's going to be Baker possession. 29 and a half minutes to go in the first half. Again, normally in the evenings around here, that wind dies down. That hasn't been the case tonight. But the gentleman out playing, not a problem. For those on the sideline, a little different story. Back to Josh Wells. Wells gets it to Campos. Campos will send it to midfield. Goes off the chest of one of the Vikings. And that was Jimenez. Then he was knocked down by one of the Wildcats who protest, but nonetheless, Viking possession. And they quickly put it back in play. Now another Viking knocked down.
Most of the time, the Vikings like to do the free kicks pretty quickly.
Yeah.
The best idea, though, with this win, Mike, is wait and take a shot on net.
Bonet was the player who was down. He gets back up.
So we saw Andrew Garcia for the women just kind of put this in the box and almost made it tough for Baker a couple times.
Campos sends it in. Here's Alexander. Gets his foot on it, but can't do anything with it. And now the Vikings will take a shot, and it's just high as Hidalgo from about 35 yards out. Got it airborne, and it just over the top of the net. And we remain scoreless.
After that quick start by Baker, the Vikings have had most of the opportunities and most of the possession also.
Now Bidet with control of it, gives it back to Hidalgo. Vikings working around midfield. Veraro. And Valley keeping it in the Baker end. That'll go out, and it'll be Valley possession. With 27 minutes to go in the half. Our next live stream will be Saturday here, and yep, the opponent will be Baker. It'll be a football game. We'll be on the air at 1 o'clock with the pregame show. And the Baker Wildcats, Mike Grossner's team, will be here. Always a good battle when those two get together.
That'll be another good game. I believe both teams are in the top 10.
Yeah. Baker's in the top 10. I have the new poll here.
I think it was Baker 9, Valley's at 6.
Yep. Valley 6, Baker number 9. 31-14 Valley win. And the Wildcats took the ball away from CMU 6 times. They trailed 12-7 at one time, then scored 39 straight points. So the Vikings scored all 31 of their points in the second half. Valley 5-1 overall, 5-0 in the league, tied with Benedictine. Evangel 2-4 and 2-3. Baker moved up to number 9. So a top 10 matchup here at Greg Mitchell on Saturday afternoon. Alexander battling for possession, not going to get it. Comes all the way out to midfield to Campos. Campos gives it back to Hidalgo. Now it goes out as Diaz couldn't save it. So here comes the throw in for the Wildcats as the wind picks up, I think, even more. We send this one down behind the Baker bench. So it'll be a throw in for Valley. Yeah, and that wind certainly will play a part, have an effect on that ball when it goes up as well. Campos gives it off to Munar. Now to the right side for Diaz. Back to Campos as the Vikings being very patient here at the 25-minute mark. Now to Jimenez. Jimenez sends it over, trying to get it to Benet. Can't do it. Good job by the Wildcats, Preston Phillips. And now they send it all the way down to Josh Wells. Josh will just flip it out to the right side to Campos. It goes right back to Josh. And they'll try the left side. With 24 minutes to go. Hidalgo on the far side had it. Now here come the Vikings. But Baker's there defensively, and they'll send it all the way to midfield. Vikings defense doing a good job as the Wildcats tried to set up some kind of run there. Here's Alexander at midfield. It's off one of the Wildcats. Vikings do have possession, however, as they work to their left side. Taken away by the Wildcats, and now it comes back to Jimenez. Jimenez left side, back to the middle, and he hits the deck. No whistle. Now another shot. Still loose in the middle. Vikings have it again. Another shot. This one is high. Well, boy, I like it. We're being a little more aggressive here.
As when the Vikings had on that far side, Alexander his hands up in the air because he was wide open on this near side, top of the box.
Down to the 23-minute mark of the first half. They'll send this one in.
You can see the wind played a factor in that one.
Yeah.
That one died as it
Yeah.
got out towards midfield.
Fight for possession here. And it finally comes back to Valley, at least for a little while. We get it back to Campos. Campos to midfield. Pushes it up into the offensive end to Alexander. Oh, Alexander just missed that pass. What he likes to do, if he would have got to that, is kind of switch gears and bring it back to the middle because he likes to take a shot with the left foot. Now a foul on the Vikings, and it'll be Baker possession.
If he can't find any openings, pretty soon I bet he's going to try to switch over to that far side rather and try that side of the defense. It looks like it's Atkins on him, Spencer Atkins on him right now.
And he's doing a good job, and we saw that on Saturday night as well. Here's Amir Didick. Didick sends it in. Now to Alexander. Up to Diaz. Diaz, it goes out right at midfield. Possession will belong to the Wildcats. They'll get the throw in there, and doing that will be Etkin. No score as we play in the first half here. The women's match went to Baker 1-0. The only goal of that game was scored in the first 2 minutes. We have 22 minutes left in this first half. They send it in, and this is going to be onside for the Wildcats. Viking defenders are back. Now they'll send one to the middle. They got a shot at it and knocked away at the last moment. Wow. Baker was really trying to get in there and get a good shot. And I think that was Hoven.
No, Hoven just waited a little bit too long. He had a shot inside the 18. Most of the time when you get an open look in there, you just take it.
He was trying to get just right, and the Vikings knocked it away. Yeah, he had a shot.
Might have had a shot a couple different times and passed up on it.
Now comes back to Josh Wells. Josh will give it to Campos. 21 minutes to go in the half. Off to Diaz. Now taken away by Baker. And the Wildcats try to send it in, but Campos able to take care of that. So the Baker Wildcats now with possession. They send it, or the Vikings send it in. Alexander gives chase, but that one goes out near the Viking bench.
I felt the pressure from Alexander. That one went off the shin guard and went well out.
Now to Hidalgo. Back to the middle of the field. Vikings will work it there to Munar. Get around to Ninkoff. Try to get through a couple of defenders. Here's a shot on goal, but right there is Bickley. Very alertly, Bickley was there. That shot went through a crowd, but he saw it all the way.
And with no crowd around him, he just, instead of kicking clean, he just kind of let it hit off him and then picked it up.
Here's the long kick downfield. And a push going to be ruled on the Vikings. We are under the 20-minute mark of the first half. No score. Everyone coming in are still here, all bundled up, blankets and hoodies and scarves and parkas. Here comes Baker. They're going to center one. Little now still in front. Vikings finally cleared out of there. But the Wildcats trying to keep the pressure on the Vikings here with under 20 minutes to go in the half. It'll be Valley possession and offside. 19 minutes left. I think that wind's starting to blow in here now.
Seems that way.
It's cold. Hey, we could be worse. We could be out there. We could be broadcasting from the top of Young Hall. That would be cold.
Or doing it from the sideline like we have to do in baseball. Or
that would be cold.
Set up a little tail right between the benches. That will.
Yep. Ooh, that would be cool, wouldn't it? I don't even think about that.
It looks like there's a Viking down that.
On the far side. Let's see. That's
kind of on the track on that far side.
Way over there on the track. And that is Munar.
Didn't even see him down over there until the trainers started running across the field.
Maybe Tom Chuck, the head trainer for soccer over there, and he might have just went down on that track, on an asphalt track. So the clock is stopped with exactly 19 minutes to go. And Dave Tomchuk is signaling, but I guess they're gonna let him stay in and play.
Now he gets to make that long walk around the field.
Because they can't come across the field with actions going on. So the Vikings had possession. Now they're going to lose it as Baker will take over in their own end. Going to check in will be Richard Klein. Will check in for the Wildcats at the next opportunity. Here comes Alexander. He sends it to the left side. But Benet can't come up with it.
At least we the first substitution for either side when Klein checks in. We're at 18 minutes remaining.
Out of Prince, George, and Canada. Corner kick coming here for Valley. And it's sent in and headed high and wide. The corner kick coming from Munar.
And now he's going to run over and take it from the other side.
The other side. And we might as well just get a goal out of this thing. 17:43 and counting in the first half. Munar will try it again. Here he sends it in, and it's knocked away. Sends it this one toward Alexander. Gets a foot on it. Oh, and there's a goal. The Vikings scores on a rebound.
I believe that was Bonet, actually.
It was Bonet who got the goal on the rebound. It may have been not the second rebound, so the Vikings take the lead 1-0. Good job.
Yeah, Munard got that ball back after his corner, sent it across towards Alexander, and he volleyed it right across with his left to Bonet, who was just standing wide open in front of the net. I think Bickley actually had a chance at that one as it went off his hands.
Yeah, but Bonet gets it. And he makes it 1-0. So the Vikings take the lead with 17:22 to go in the first half. See if that changes strategy. Certainly not now, but Vikings taking advantage of that win. And they get the goal. And that wind is strong enough certainly to be a factor. Munar somehow comes out of that pack. He still has control, and now they throw him down. Well, the Vikings quickly put it back in play. They want to up-tempo it here. Here's Benet, the goal scorer, off to Alexander. Alexander on the left side. Nice footwork, takes it into the corner. And he is tripped. Down he goes.
It's going to roll out, and it's going to be a goal kick for Baker.
Wow, no foul.
I think Atkin kind of slid. So Alexander flipped it around him and then jumped up in the air.
Alexander complaining, but not going to be the call, not going to be the case. So with 16 minutes and counting, Valley up 1-0. Goal kick coming here for Bickley. And he'll set it in play. Boy, look at the wind take that one. That stopped that about 35 yards out. Alexander tried to use the left foot. That was blocked. And on the far side, it goes out. It'll be Viking possession, I believe. It will be. 15 and a half minutes left in the first half. Now possession back to the Wildcats. Well, neither team taking much time getting the ball back in play, are they?
They want to keep moving around.
Yeah, this one sends back to Binkley.
Staying around too much, it's going to get cold out there.
Bickley, low line drive to midfield. Vikings miss on the header. And now they will take control. And here's Campos. Campos off to the left side. Vikings try to take control again. And it will be Baker possession. 1-0. Valley. We're in the first half. Vikings working in their own end. Alexander comes back, keeps that one in. Or I guess he did not. I thought it was, but it went out right in front of the Baker bench. 14 minutes to go in the first half. And here's the throw in. Comes back to Middleton Benet. Off to Atkin. Vikings have not had a substitute in this game yet.
I believe Baker's only made one.
Yeah.
So
Benet gives it off to Alexander. Back to Benet. Now the Vikings lose it. And there's a trip. Vikings get away with that. And there's a push. Here we go. And here is Alexander with a long shot that stays on the turf and handled quite easily by Bickley.
There is a Viking warming up down the sideline. Just can't tell who that is from everything they're wearing.
Can't tell. Let me look, see if it's.
You can always tell who Declan is, so that's a. Might be Declan or maybe Thiago Ferreira.
1-0, 13 minutes to go in the first half. Vikings with a lead. Send it back. Baker will have possession. Now there's a fight for it in midfield. Alexander keeps it alive. And back it comes to Zimmerman. Now the Vikings in their own end. They'll send it off to the far side. Stays in, and the Wildcats will get possession. Give it off to Atkin. Atkin trying to get it back to the middle of the field. Knocked away by Hidalgo. Hidalgo gives it to Munar. And here comes Alexander with it. Nice job. Tried to keep it in and knocked away at the last moment. As he tried to spin away. So the Vikings have it. To the middle of the field. Here's Benet, scored one. Nice pass. And here's a shot on goal. It's going to go wide. Boy, nice pass by Benet to the foot of Munar, but he couldn't control it. And when he did, he shot it wide left.
Yeah, how far that went wide, you're wondering if that was a kind of a cross over towards the end line and just got up in the wind too much.
Bickley with a goal kick, and that one's going to hang up short of midfield. 1-0 Valley. Valley with the strong breeze at their back. And they've turned it into a goal. Here comes Valley again to the middle, and a good save by Bickley. Gomez raises his hands up above his head. He thought, man, I had a good shot at it. Wouldn't go down. 10:59 to go.
Open look, he shot at the wrong place because he went right to Bickley.
That was a shot to midfield. Battle for possession there. Baker has it. They want to run up there, up that left side. Valley defenders are there. Send it back to Alexander. He keeps it in play right in front of the Baker bench. Good job. Now, Ferraro is going to be whistled for a foul. Going to be a kick for Baker. And it looks like that'll be point Adidi, I believe. Adidic. I believe it. Clock's moving. 9:54 in the half. 1-0. Here's Didick, sends it in, and it's headed away by Valley. Baker keeps it in now. Vikings do clear it. And they want to push it into the Baker zone. But now it's Baker coming right back at midfield. About 9:20 to go in the half.
Offsides.
Offside going to be called on Baker, so Vikings will get it back. Again, quite a few Baker fans are here tonight. It is a windy, cold night.
Definitely knows not Declan Price warming up down the.
No. Vikings have possession. We're getting late here in the first half. Campos off to Hidalgo. Sends it right through the legs of one of the Wildcats to Diaz. Now taken back by Atkin. But he loses to Hidalgo. Now the ball goes out right at the Baker bench, and let's see whose possession. I think they're going to say Valley possession.
It was Juan Carlos Perez.
That's who it was warming up, huh?
Yeah, it looks like Alexander's coming out as he's standing on the sideline.
He's standing on the sideline now.
So I think they just brought
talking to Vlade Simic.
Gomez over to this near side. Now Wildcat's slow to get up, but now he will.
Vikings possession in midfield. They're trying to set something up with 7:50 to go. They do have a 1-0 lead. Off it comes to Jimenez. Jimenez works to the left side, now knocked away. Vikings still with possession though. Work it back across midfield. 7.5 minutes to go in the first half. Send it in. The Vikings can't come up with it. Knocked out.
7 minutes remaining.
Not much time in this first half. Here's Bickley. He's given up the only goal. Bonet with the only goal of the night. Women's match ended 1-0 Baker. Gomez tried to get that one, couldn't do it. Vikings fight for possession in midfield. Good hustle by Baker as They try to get possession, but Diaz is just a little quicker than that and sends it back to Wells, who booms this one with the wind at his back all the way across midfield, about a 60, 70-yarder. Viking possession. Here's Munar. Sends it back to the left side. Now tries to send it down. Gomez was there, but the Baker defense got there before he did. Now it's knocked out right by the Viking bench by Spencer Adkins. So possession to the Vikings. Here they come, 3-on-1, sending it to the left side, looking for a shot, back to the middle, it's still loose. Still loose, here's a shot and a save by Bickley.
Looks like he could have been strained there. He did a nice job staying with it.
Stayed with it. Ball stayed low. There's Declan Price warming up. Tell when he warms up. 5:40 to go in the first half. 1-0 Vikings. And now a player down for Valley. Took a pretty good shot, Diaz. He's holding his right side of his face.
So it didn't take Declan long to warm up because he's already got everything off and looks like he's ready to come in.
And the training staff again heads out onto the turf. That stops the clock with 5:31 to go in the first half. That is Diaz is down. Maybe holding his face or his nose. Again, Saturday it'll be football here, as the Baker Wildcats will be in town. 1 o'clock pregame, 1:30 kick. We'll have it for you on live stream. Dave Tomchuk talking to Diaz.
Not sure if he just kind of hit his face against the shoulder or something of one of the Wildcats when they collided.
I see Dave Tomchuk saying something about a tooth, or maybe got hit on the lip or cut a lip or something. Declan Price jumping up and down, ready to get into this action. Now they'll send it all the way back to Josh Wells. Clock moving again, 5:24 in the half. Back to the middle of the field. Baker down a goal, trying to get something going late first half, but they almost had it. Now they send it in, but nobody home. Wildcats almost had a little breakaway, but couldn't handle it.
It looks like Matt Ham thought his teammate was going to go in towards the box when he actually cut towards the corner.
Now send it down toward the Viking bench. It's headed away there. Benet after it. He can't get there as the Wildcats send it in. And now onside, bringing it down the left side and trying to center one was Matt Ham. And there was nobody home in the middle. Ham made a good run at it, but nobody home. Now the throw in by Baker. Right back to Ham, right in front of the Baker bench. Now Valley wants to take off and get into the Baker side, into the Baker side of the field. 4:20 to go. 1-0 is our score. And sent a long ways out of play. Throw in coming for Baker here, I think. 3:54 and counting in the first half on a cold night in Marshall. Declan Price will check in now, and Gomez is out. And
Nate Hauser was complaining that throw never came in. That he should get it again. You could hear him from up here what he was saying.
And I don't think he's buying what the official's telling him either, do you?
It doesn't seem like it because it looks like the Vikings still have possession.
Vikings have possession, headed away by Baker. Now the Battle for possession to get it midfield. The Vikings will send it back across the midfield line and set it up. Ninkoff there. Like one late goal here to add to their lead, up 1-0. Bonet, the young man with a goal, had his foot on it for a few moments. Now Declan Price gets in the action. He hits the deck. And here come the Vikings trying to get it to Price. Price has that speed, and they send it back to the middle for Jimenez. Jimenez keeps it alive. Now back to Bonet. Bonet already has a goal. Turns, gets it, sends it in, and it's grabbed by Bickley. Why not? Send it in, see what happens.
Yeah, the good little touch by Bonet, just a little bit too far out of the reach of Jimenez.
We'll take a break at the half. Be back in about 15 minutes with the second half for you. Valley leading 1-0. Vikings trying to get possession, but it goes to Ham instead. Ham working that left side. And now sliding, knocking it out is Diaz. And Ham's down. 2:19 to go in the half. And I'm telling you what, that wind is picked up even more. Look at those streamers. They're blowing straight out. The flags on the goalpost at the south end are straight out, as is the American flag. So it hadn't calmed down at all. Here's Baker. Try to get one in close quarters, and it goes to Josh Wells. Man, there was a Baker Wildcat right there. And Josh Wells able to concentrate. That was Richard Klein, and Wells able to concentrate and grab that ball.
It might have been a little bit lucky because he didn't come out and take it probably when he should have. But he still let it got it to bounce to him.
So late in this half, good footwork by the Vikings. They're going to send it, trying to get it. Price had Price on the right side and couldn't get it to him. Down to 1:17 now. 1-0, Vikings with a lead. This one goes into the Viking end. Let's see if Valley will have one more run at it here in the first half. Again, we'll take a break at the half. Be back with the second half. Here's get it down to Declan Price, and it was knocked away by one of the defenders before they could get it to Declan. 1 minute to go. Price keeps it in play. Where's number 14 on that Valley jersey? And he tries to split a triple team. And give it back now to Hidalgo. Back to midfield to Diaz. Good footwork by the Vikings as they give it off to Munar. Now swing it left side, send one in. Knocked away, headed away. Comes away to Hidalgo. Hidalgo sends it right side. Here is Diaz. He'll center one off the head and out of bounds. 20 seconds to go, and that'll probably do it for the half. 1-0, Vikings with a lead. As Bickley will go with a goal kick, and he may not even kick this one. Yeah, he'll get into it, and that's going to do it for the half. So, a 1-0 Viking lead at the half. We're going to take a break. Back with the second half in about 15 minutes.